Thought was when I walked into my house with my kids wasn't what would Troy do if this happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm learning about this guy who did all this, really important stuff, and I'm glad that he did it so we know what we know now. But, when it comes right down to it, I can't apply it to my everyday life.
I often listen to other teachers to help me think about my own teaching. Because, for one, looking out from the front end of a new century, I know I cannot be the same teacher I was yesterday, even though I still dress the same as always. I don't think it's ever been more of a challenge to make learning happen for a diverse population in a rapidly changing world. So when I plan my classroom activities, I try to put myself in my students' shoes and think about what will work best for them. And this summer, I went asking their help to understand how I can improve student learning. Several themes came up. One of the most popular was how students and teachers use traditional tools of textbooks and lecture.
And if I was to go through the book, I can't learn it good as if someone was to show me it. If you show me it, I learn better than just someone throwing me a book and saying, learn it that way. I'm best with, if you go over it with me and then I keep studying that way or something, I can learn it better than if I was just to go through the book and read it.
I never learn anything from a math textbook. I don't do it the same way that they teach it in the math textbooks. I see it in a different way, and it just doesn't work out to be the same way.
So for me to sit down and go over something over the board, I need just a little bit more. So I have to go through it very, very slowly.
I wasn't surprised that the energy a teacher brings into a classroom can be contagious where learning is concerned. But student awareness of it is profound.
And the ones that I've learned the most from have been people like instructors that are enthusiastic and very engaging.
Yeah, mainly
and can hold your attention.
My teachers have been enthusiastic about it, and they act like they're having fun, and they're asking you questions and having people asking you, okay, so what does this mean? What does that mean? And then everyone around you is answering and participating, instead of just sitting there and telling us word for word, and telling us to take notes. I like it when you get to ask questions and your teacher is asking you questions and going back and forth about things.
Along with the teacher's passion, one's experience, intellectual and personal, can apparently still be used as a tool some students want teachers to use.
I have one teacher that really, I guess should say, opens my mind up to new possibilities. Whether it's, the experiences that she's been through, that she shares with us, which is, how I learn the best.
The teachers get to know the students. They get to know where you're coming from, so they know how to approach you when they're training.
They want to learn from a professional who knows old and new tools of our trade and provide multi-sensory experiences to introduce and illustrate ideas.
You could have some auditory examples, not just you speaking, or just different stuff, just kind of mix it up. That's the thing, because when, students are like, oh, well, I've heard this before exactly the same way, but, it's not as effective. They tend to tune it out.
I can read it all day out of a book, but until I do it with my hands and see what I'm doing, it's a whole different situation. And they can tell me all day, too, until I go out in the lab and do what I have to do. That's when I learn trial and error, I guess, basically.
A teacher actually showing you, this is how we do it, this is how you can do it. I mean, using the marker board, using the projectors and everything, showing you, this is how we can do it, now you go try it.
Besides a variety of delivery tools, students I talk with want time to reconstruct and critique ideas with their peers and solve problems.
A lot of our stuff is based on working with each other, saying, I don't know how to do this. Do you think you could show me? Okay. so that later on when that person says, I don't know how to do this, can you show me, can you help me? Working closely with each other to help solve this similar problem or something like that. So I think students working together is a big part of the learning process.
The tools to learn can't ignore the relationship of students to instructor and the role that plays in student success.
I guess getting to know the students on I don't know if I should say more personal level, but really, listening to us and what helps us learn. I know a few teachers has asked, what do you guys prefer? Whether it's taking notes or if it's, book discussions or overheads. They've been really good about, meeting our personal needs on how we learn best.
Until I can sit down and have a conversation and ask my questions and, I'm not worried about feeling stupid about asking questions, but it's a lot easier with our teachers. They sit down with us one-on-one if we have a problem and not only tell us what we're doing wrong, but show us, what we're doing, and that's helpful.
Teaching, I am reminded, has to address all learners, not just the students who lead the class. There's a responsibility.
People can't figure out how to ask the right questions, and I think a teacher should be attentive to those ones that are slacking or running back behind, so that they can help them out and get them to understand, because I think most of the time people fail in learning is when they don't understand. They don't know how to admit, I don't understand this. It's a pride thing.
Pride can keep a student from learning. I wonder if it can keep me from changing sometimes. Clearly, so many students want to learn, but, I wonder if some of them I talked with, whose voices stumbled, are waiting for their next teacher, maybe me, maybe you, to engage them in new ways. So much of what I did hear from students and what I didn't emphasizes the mandate I have to meet the needs of every new student I have. Be flexible, try new things. I can't stand in the same place and teach the same way for every student. Teaching, so it seems, is as much about learning for the teacher as it is about learning for the student.